flowing, there is a major problem right now because I know, man, I got the goosebumps listening to that, and I'm ready to see some football coming up in Massillon. There's been some great games at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, and I'm expecting another one as you see the countdown to kickoff there, 28 minutes until game time. And I'll tell you, this is a great game, guys, when you look at the history of it. But we're going to concentrate on Newark Catholic, first of all, because you look at Marion Local, that's the recent history. But with Newark Catholic, there's a lot of history beforehand. What are your thoughts, Coach, first of all, on this team, though? Because I think these guys deserve to be in the spotlight, this team.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, these kids grew up with this tradition. And I always say this is a program, not a team. Success breeds success. And I think when you grow up in a school like Newark Catholic, you expect to win. And that tradition that was years ago, the last championship was 2007. These kids still remember that when they were growing up. So I think that's important that that tradition is inbred in them growing up.
Certainly they have, and it's one of those schools when you show up, you expect to win. It's not a once in a while we get to the playoffs. They're looking for a state championship in their 5th straight decade. That says a lot about what they've been doing at that school.
I'll tell you, and let's take a look at the championship history with Newark Catholic. As you're talking about a program that only has one team in the whole state of Ohio with more state titles, and that's St. Ignatius. You look at it right there, 32nd year in the tournament. This is their 14th state championship game appearance. That's an OHSAA record. All time in the tournament, 67 and 23. And as you mentioned, 07, the last state championship. But Coach, you know what? As a coach, do you bring up the history in the locker room to these current guys? Oh,
absolutely, because you brought those kids to this school, and they know the history, so don't ignore it. Embrace it and say, hey, we play Newark Catholic football here. Let's go out there and play like Newark Catholic champions today.
Okay, let's break down the game now, offensively and defensively. The keys to today's game. And Ryan, I start with you. What would the offensive game plan be here today for Newark Catholic?
Well, they have an interesting offense where they can mix it up. They go two tights with power I, and they run with Kevin Bourne and Anthony Wing. The guys at the field just talked about Kevin Bourne. He's all everything for this team. But the emergence of Chase Crouch, their junior quarterback, has enabled them to spread it out and throw the football using guys like Mitch Cox, their senior wide receiver. I think for today, they're going to have to throw the ball effectively and use Chase Crouch to really open up Kevin Bourne because Marion Local's tough up front.
And Coach, Crouch is 6'4", 211. I have to believe the height is a key for him. He's also the kicker on the team. I mean, he's basically an everything type guy, and he's a decision maker too. And in a game like this, I gotta believe being able to make smart decisions is gonna be a key.
Yeah, one thing you say when you get to championship games, you need your players to make big plays, and you need your superstars to be superstars. And Chase Crouch has to be a star today, whether it be decision making, managing the game, and making big plays when the time comes to make it.
And to that point, Chud, in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, they had a little bit of a problem with interceptions and turnovers. The last 2 games, Crouch has thrown no interceptions, so it's starting to click for the young man.
Bottom line, you're going to see this weekend, any team in this tournament, if you turn the ball over a lot, you're going to lose.
Yep, and that's fair to say in most games, but certainly in the big games where you're matched up evenly with the Marion Local, Newark Catholic can't afford to give them the football.
Ryan, let's go to defense now. What's the key here?
Well, Kevin Bourne is the key. I mean, this guy is an absolute stud. He is one of 4 senior defensive backs. Marion Local comes in with Adam Bertkey, junior quarterback who won it last year. If they're able to play man-to-man and lock down the wide receivers at Marion Local, that gives them a great chance of stopping J.C. Guttamo, or the fantastic running back from Marion Local.
Coach?
Yeah, now they run a 4-2-5, which in theory is a 4-4. So I think they're probably going to go with a little more of the 5 defensive backs today to stop Adam Bertkey, and that could open the running game. So they got to be careful they don't focus too much on Bertkey and get burnt by the running game then.
Has the Bourne identity joke been used yet? Did I miss it?
Probably about 1,000 times,
Let me be the guy. I'm the guy. Send your emails to me. Not funny. Let's break them down then.
Yeah, he plays strong safety in their invert defense, and he's just all over the field. There's a reason he was Defensive Player of the Year, and here's some plays to take a look at. On the first play, Kevin Bourne's going to play strong safety and come off the edge. He blows up the lead blocker and the quarterback for a 2-yard loss. The next play, he's playing on the hash mark. He does a great job on this play of reading the quarterback's eyes, coming underneath the receiver, intercepting the ball. And then he finishes the play strong by trucking the quarterback for 6 points. Another short yardage play here. They're in a Bear defense. He comes on an off-tackle play, submarines, and stops the runner before he gets the first down. On this play here, you'll see him in invert coverage. He comes up as the force guy when the quarterback rolls out, Comes up fast, tackles a quarterback for a 3-yard loss. This play here, you'll see his route recognition. He recognizes the swing pass right away, jumps to swing pass, and does an excellent job of breaking down and does a good job of open field tackling. In the final play, he's playing on the hash mark, too deep. They try and run a fade to the number 2 receiver, and he's sitting there playing center field. Here comes the pass. He's waiting for it, and he intercepted about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Play's over. No, it's not. Now he shows the skills he used on offense this year to contribute 21 offensive touchdowns as he returns his ball for a 108-yard touchdown that led to another win. As you can see from that video right there, he's got incredible instincts on breaking on the ball, and he's so well coached to be put in the right position every time.
I think he's pretty fast, too. Listen, if we're picking football, I'll take him. I'll take one of those guys. Kevin Bourne, wow.
Guys, I got to be honest. Watching that, I almost feel like he's in the offensive huddle, and then he leaves and goes, and he knows where the ball is at all times. The guy's amazing, and that's going to be a lot of fun to watch him today. Well, that's just one team. Obviously, it takes 2 to tango, and we're going to break down the other team in this matchup today. And, of course, that's the defending state champs, Marion Local. We break them down. That's next after this.